morning, Tradeify Nation, and welcome back to another London session stream. Before we get started here, first, can everyone who can hear me right now just put a 1 in the chat, just to let me know first and foremost whether you guys have sound, whether there's echo. Just let me know before we get started, because you know what it is, chat, it's not a London stream. All right, yes, there's a 1. That means you guys can hear me. Amazing. And I assume you guys can see me as well. Perfect. All right, that is actually a little bit of a shock to me. I was expecting first to stream solo without Nick here was going to be a bit of a tech issue. But anyway, that's good. That sets a tone for the rest of the week, actually. I hope this is an amazing week. It is January 5th. It is the first full week of 2026 of trading in general. So I hope we're going to have a really good start to the year. Oh, a few of you saying, hey, Celine, your mic's really soft. All right, let me just check that 1 second. How about now, chat? Let me know, is that any better? I've just turned it up a slight bit. Sometimes you guys say I'm way too loud, so let me know if this is any better. Okay, Cameron says better. Still some of you saying volume is better. Okay. All right. Better, but not good. All right, I'm just going to turn it up slightly. I don't want to be screaming your ears, guys. All right, cool. We're going to work with this. I hope that's okay, as long as there's no echo, as long as you guys can hear me. Just let me know if it's good to go now, though, chat. Just let me know. If you can hear me, that's all I need to know. All right, I think for now we're just going to work with this. I think there's no complaints in the chat, so let's just keep going. So anyway, I hope everyone had a great weekend. I heard everyone had already a killer Asian session, if any of you guys traded overnight. We do have some exciting news this week coming out. So we have red folder news today. I'll just actually quickly get that up because I do have that already on my charts. All right, so we've got red folder news happening today at 10 a.m. We also have red folder news Wednesday, red folder news Thursday, and then NFP Friday. So it is going to be a crazy week, and I love that because the last few weeks, pretty much all of December for me were pretty flat, and I'm just looking forward to finally having a week of volume, volatility, and a whole bunch of red folder news to trade with. So that being said, let me just first of all say good morning to you all for being here early, right on time. Good morning. Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Paul. Good morning, Rocky Trades Futures. Good morning, Bean Protein. Good morning, Pew Trades. Good morning, Ashley again. Good morning, catch up on everything. Oh, guys, also, Nick's not here, so we don't need catch up today in the chat. And that username, we need to talk about that username. Cameron, good morning. Good morning, Finch. Good morning, Narajan. Good morning, Yoga Wong. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Rigur. Good morning, Paradox. Hey, good morning, Ozempic. Good to see you. Good morning, Rosa. Good morning, Leah. All right. Heinz Steak, you know exactly what I mean. You know exactly. Guys, I'm not playing. I have mod access now, so anyone who messes around with that word catch up today gets the ban. I'm not even kidding. I'm not playing. Nick's not around today, so there will be no mention of catch up. All right, let's get straight into the market. So, well, London is already open, gang. Ding, 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 ding. Big Ben is calling. Let's get into it. So what I'm looking at the moment on NQ is these equal highs that I was talking about for the last few weeks had been swept out back on the 26th of December. So once we swept that area and we also tapped into this bearish gap on the daily, I was saying that I'd like to see what we did at this level, because this was important to see whether we were going to continue higher up into all-time highs or whether we were going to use this as a point of reversal or some form of retracement. So as we can see, we've tapped into the daily bearish gap on NQ, swept out those equal highs, and are now seeing a form of retracement to the downside. So now the question is, for how long are we going to retrace? Is this, I don't think this is some sort of like crazy I don't know, correction to the downside that we're going to see on NQ. I do believe, though, we are going to see some sort of downside to this level sitting at 24,887.75, which is the most recent significant swing low on the daily. So that being said, we also have, in line with that bearish bias, have inverted now this bullish gap on the daily. So that got inverted last Friday, and that was good to see because that also was a potential holding level for me. If we were to hold that, we could have seen continuation back up to the upside. So we have closed out that bullish gap now. So considering we've set at the highs, we are respecting this daily bearish gap. I do really like this level as our next sell side liquidity level. In line with that, obviously you guys know I play a lot off the 4 hour. So if we look at the 4 hour, we are at the moment respecting in this 4 hour bearish gap also. So as long as we can hold that 50% level, the midpoint, I'm still calling bearish. And until then, until we blast through that or invert this gap, I will remain bearish. And that previous day low level is looking very nice as a draw in liquidity. Also, we have NWOG, which are another key levels for us, which NWOG, for anyone who doesn't know, that's a short term for new week opening gap. So the levels for that are roughly the levels 25,394.50, and then the high of that is 25,431.75. So around those levels are new week opening gap, which we know is quite the magnet for price also. So all of this considering, I am looking very bearish on the session so far. But chat, let me know. Let me know, what do you guys think? What is everyone's thoughts, and has anyone entered trades already? Let me know. Whew, that was a lot. All right, so Albert's already putting in his word. NQ and ES will range today. So before the New York news. All right, well, Albert, that could be the case. I potentially could agree with you there. I mean, we have taken out previous 4 hour low and bounced off that quite nicely. So yes, we could be getting a range session from London. We also had quite the range session from Asia session earlier as well. So usually though, when Asia ranges, London usually expands or has some sort of reversal. So I'd like to see London expand today. But it is Monday, and yes, we do have red folder news coming out at 10 a.m. So potentially could be waiting around now for that news to drop. Cameron says the top was also the perfect golden pocket trade. Oh, well, there you go, guys. Whoever caught golden pocket trade today already, congrats. I did have a setup using my model actually at 2:02, just after Frankfurt Open, but I didn't actually enter it because I was away from the desk, and safely, I'm glad I didn't actually, because if we see here, entry would have been at the close of the 2:02 candle, and stop would have just been ticked out before it dropped all the way down. So I'm happy actually I didn't get ticked out of that one. But yes, I will keep an eye on the market for shorts. At the moment, I like that we have tapped into this bearish 15-minute gap and also swept out previous 15-minute highs. So this is already looking very nice to take a short setup. As you guys know, it's not an A+ setup anymore for my model because we've already swept out previous 4 hour lows. So that's generally my draw on liquidity in the London session. So the fact that we've already swept that out, I would generally A+ setups would be off the table now. It would only be, if I could take a short now, it'd be B+. Morning Wealth Mindset Daily, how are we doing? Oh, guys, also, we are doing a giveaway today, 50K growth account, and I'm going to set the like count at 350 likes. I have no doubt we're going to get there. It's quite low compared to what we've been smashing in the past, but I will give you guys a little bit of breathing room. So 350 is the like goal today. And if you smash that, we will be doing a 50K growth account. And let's say if we get to 600 likes though, we'll do a double or nothing. Let's see what you guys can pull off. But yes, good news. We will do a giveaway, and even better news, I've got the form, chat. So none of that scrolly bullshit anymore. I got the real deal form. All right. Morning, Corey. Good to see you. Oh, Paul